I'm Belinda Sunshine. Yes, I'm always the young one, but not so young. Welcome to another episode of When We Were Young. And today, I have a very special guest. I'm not going to tell you. All you have to do is keep on watching.
Hi, I'm Paul Cheong. How are you? I'm a singer, I'm a host, and most of all, I'm an entertainer.
He was once known as the Cliff Richard of Singapore. A journalist said, if you close your eyes and listen to him singing, you could believe it was Cliff on stage because of how he and the British star sounded alike.
And the young ones shouldn't be afraid to live.
This man is none other than local entertainer Paul Cheong.
'Cause we may not bear the young ones.
Paul's musical journey had started many years ago. When he was just 6 years old, he came across his father's collection of albums of various bands, such as the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. That's when his love for music began. Upon reaching 10 years old, Paul picked up the guitar and drums as a hobby. And in secondary school, he developed his musical skills further, venturing into singing.
Of every man who puts me here, I see my life comes. Got myself a cry.
Upon graduation, Paul takes up a job as a radio DJ at Rediffusion, as he thought it was a great way to have an audience. He became very popular for his articulate and distinguished voice and his charismatic personality.
Got my one and only one.
But being a radio DJ was just the beginning for Paul, as he later ventured into making his own music.
That he'd come on over. Then you say you won't.
His proudest accomplishment was when he went on to record 2 best-selling pop rock albums in Hong Kong. His self-titled album, Paul Cheong, sold 20,000 copies in Southeast Asia.
This is the album, my first album, which sold. The pirates are all here, and this is the cassette version.
Although the years have been numerous, this hasn't stopped Paul's passion for music. And until today, he is still writing songs. Like I said, my guest is an old friend whom I've known for many years and is also a very famous personality. He's not only a DJ, he's also an entertainer, a show host, and a very prolific singer. So let me welcome my very good friend, Paul Cheong. Hi, Paul. Hey, you're looking still very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
After all these years.
Thank you.
Okay, take us back. Why did you decide on a music career?
I didn't. When I was in secondary school, I was just deciding what to do. Where do I go? Which way do I go? I was very inspired to be a medical doctor,
Oh,
but I was doing arts. So therefore, I'm not doing science. And then we just played on. We just, my teens, we just played on. And I just went. And I joined the church choir, and I was singing. And if I wasn't singing, I was serving Mass in the Catholic Church. And then the whole singing bit sort of, put a lot of, gave me a lot of guts. In fact, the choir master said, you sound good. So I said, okay. So I heard Elvis Presley when I was 7 years old in 1956. My dad bought Elvis Presley at home. And, we had Chuck Berry, Everly Brothers, Bill Haley in the comments.
Okay.
So we had all these kind of records there, and we were just listening to it. I think it's an influence.
Okay.
You know,
So,
and
okay, but how exactly did you get into the entertainment industry?
RTS was, they were looking for part-time hosts. And because during my secondary school years, I was singing in bands, estate bands, you know, semi-pro bands for fun, go for rehearsals, get shows. We were playing a lot of RAF, which is Royal Air Force. And you're playing to the Brits, to the actual Brits. Stuff that came on in UK just last week. We are doing it live today on Friday and Saturday. So a lot of that was inspiring because to get the Brits going like this for you while you're doing the Animals or the Beatles or the Yardbirds or the Kings.
Stones, yes.
You know, the Stones, and they're going like this, and they put beer on the stage. The beers were all 40 cents each. So the whole, and I don't drink. I mean, you know, I'm 16, 17, I don't drink. But it gives you encouragement to try and go further. And when you speak to them on the microphone, over the mic to the audience, automatically you feel a sort of a combination. You feel a touch. You feel there is a connection with the audience. And most people keep saying this, you've got to engage your audience.
Precisely, yep. But you were also a DJ when you started after you graduated. I think you had Mike Ellery getting you into Rediffusion.
Yeah, I went for audition at RTS, 1971. They were looking for hosts. A whole lot of us went there, a few hundreds of us. I was 19 years old, 20, whatever. And we went there, rehearsals, week after week auditions, and finally it was down to 10, down to 5. And the rest of the guys found ways to make a living. Some became fishmongers, some became marketing people, some became lawyers. I had nowhere to turn. I don't know what to do, you know. So I said, let's try this line for a while. And then Costell's, we were licensees for RCA and WEA. The NB called Maureen Liu. They said, have you got a new DJ there? Because we are looking for a new DJ to host your record shop, sponsored by Costell. She said, we've got this young guy, 19 years old. His name is Paul Cheong. And so they gave Mr. Sim my phone number, and he called me the next day, and we got chatting on the phone. And the following day, I went to the office, and we chatted. Show me how you do a show. So I said, hi, good afternoon, good morning, you know. Welcome to your record shop, and this and that, and so we went off from that.
Oh,
and that was my audition. That was my audition in the studio with him in the office.
Okay.
We did the audition with RTS 4 or 5 times, you know, until we reached the final 5, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, maybe for the benefit of our people who are viewing for the very first time, RTS actually means Radio and Television Singapore.
Yep, and that's a long time ago.
Paul has been hosting shows on radio and television for many, many years because I remember working together with him too. We were co-hosts for a very special program. It was sponsored and it was one of the top sponsored shows on Radio, Television Singapore. I think that was Saturday Showcase.
Yeah, they paid a lot of money for us. We were on the air 12 to 1, which is prime time.
Yes.
And that's wonderful because we really got the best of the people. So guys bring us, they want to sponsor the show.
Okay. So would you consider, Paul, that is one of the highest points in the entertainment career for you?
My highest point in this area, in this industry, is when you go to a studio, you know, you're in a different country, you're in Hong Kong, which is the show business capital of the world. All the Cantonese films, all, you know, all the opera shows and this, they were the big top country in the world. And you were told to go there to do recording by polygram. We were on Nathan Road, which is the very equivalent to Orchard Road. And we selected all the songs in Singapore. We went to Hong Kong, we did sound checks and this and that. And the first time listening to your voice coming back to you from those huge, large speakers, is that really me? Is it really me? It was you.
Okay.
It's you. So it's that was my high point. My high point was given a chance to record an album, you know,
You're right.
God was listening.
Good. Yes, that was the eponymous
Yeah.
record that you made in Hong Kong.
Yep.
Yeah, it's over here.
And yeah, you know,
And it sold
that record
more
really
than 50,000 copies
it
or
sold.
more?
It sold up to for 18 months about 85,000.
Oh,
or thereabout.
wow.
Vinyls, record vinyls, and cassettes.
Mm.
But within 5 days of release of the record, the Pirates came out with
Oh, dear.
11
yes.
versions. Counterfeiters, Pirates, they came out with 11 versions. One company got my name spelling wrong, Chong. You know, the
Paul
E is
Cheong.
missing. And the E must be in there because it stands for excellence. Anyway, so 11 versions came out. People went and bought the Pirates, $1.50, $2. We lost out a lot on gaining for my recording.
But you really made a lot for that album. It was selling like hotcakes,
Yeah,
that
well,
I remember.
yeah.
I had a copy of that. I
We
still
made-
treasure it.
We did
you
well.
know.
We did well. I mean, the people
Yeah.
supported. Thank you very much to the people who bought the album in 1978. Very kind of you. And the DJs who played it.
Mm-hmm.
The guys on RTS and they all played it. And I'm very thankful for them. The program directors, DJs, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the guys who wrote in magazines
Uh-huh.
and all that.
And you also began your singing debut. You had concerts, you know, you had appearances.
Yeah,
and then I realized that you were also dubbed as the Cliff Richard of Singapore.
It's very strange because whenever I do a TV show those years, and George Vacho and Goh Kwan Siu, producers, executive producers, always said, "Can you sing a song?" Now, I didn't tell them that I used to sing in the band during my secondary school years. That I sang in the band Friday, Saturday nights to the British audience. I didn't tell them that, but they reckoned I could sing. I don't know why. The first song I sang was Heart of Gold, which was #1 by Neil Young.
Neil Young.
And then following that, there were all these Cliff Richard hits that came along that George said, "Can you sing the song this week?" So I had to learn the song. And week after week, I sang those Cliff Richard hits. So when he came to town, I interviewed him 3 times on different occasions for RTS, microphone, and then to interview him. No linkage to what I sang. It's just that it's fairly embarrassing when the hotel PR said, "Mr. Richards, this is Paul Cheong. He is our answer to you." You know, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know whether to say thank you. I didn't know to say, you know, no, it's not true, whatever. But it is. I guess it's a gratitude and it's a blessing for your work to try and sing a song and to be as close as possible to the record for the time being until you find your own style.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So did Cliff. Cliff discovered Elvis, wanted to be Elvis. Management,
Okay.
no Elvis. So you are going to be Cliff Richard. We'll train
So
you.
you are still Paul Cheong and not Cliff Richard. Am I right?
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, but I must tell you, you know, you really sounded so much like him.
Thank you.
Maybe you would like to sing 1 or 2 lines of a popular Cliff Richard song very quickly.
I got myself a crying, talking, teeping. That's it.
Living doll. He is a living doll that you can be sure of. Yeah. Now, if you were to go back again to your career, you know, I mean, you do a lot of hosting, you do a lot of emceeing, you know, for big shows, you know, and sponsored shows, mind you. But you have also traveled extensively. You've gone to the BBC, you've gone to places like Hong Kong, Australia, and all the region around Southeast Asia.
At a very young
So-
age, when you travel like
Yes.
that, and when STPB, those days, today is STB,
Yep.
which is Singapore Tourist Board.
Yes.
In the olden days, it was Singapore Tourist Promotion Board. When you go with them to Hong Kong and Taipei to do a Singapore night for 7 days, all the dancers are there, all the Malay dancers, Chinese dancers, pop music, and then the food, we had satay, we had chicken rice, we had different things. Nasi Biryani, Nasi Melayu. When you had the gig for 7 nights to promote Singapore, and I was a host. I was a host for the whole show for 7 nights, and then after hosting it, I'll sing 2 or 3 songs.
Okay.
I think it really gave you, it endorsed to you that you are truly a Singapore son, that you really went about there to promote the country. In a culture, its dances, most importantly, its food.
But what do you think of the industry, the music industry in Singapore? You know, back then and now it's totally different.
I think the pirates kill a lot of the artists. A lot of the artists who sang in English, Malay, Chinese, whatever, Cantonese, they killed the market, and a lot of people didn't record anymore. Of course, today is streaming with different people. I think the years of the vinyl, where you used to hold a record, you go into a record shop and you buy a record from whoever, you know, big name, American, British artist, whatever, and you buy 2 records, and you went to a turntable like Attic, and you go there, you buy a record, and you on the turntable, track 3, and you listen to it. I think the days of us playing record on a turntable, and with different people, female singers, male singers, groups, bands, I think that has gone. Today you can't do that. You can't go into track 4 or track 5 and say, let's listen to this track.
Okay.
Wow, that sounds good as well. You know?
Do you find that today's the music industry is so different?
I don't.
How you wish to bring back the days when you were young?
No, I don't miss it anymore because the reason is we have to move forward. We have got to go forward from this point. We move forward. It's like saying going back to 1962, 3, 4, or 5, and looking at the old newspapers and reading it through. For a while it was okay, but not every day. So what I'm trying to say is people are moving, you know.
Yes.
We've got Ed Sheeran, we've got Lipa Dua, we've got all the new bands.
Good.
I'm still very current. I write today's music.
Are you
I write-
writing any now?
I wrote 3 or 4, 5, 6 songs the last 6 months.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people out there, right? I'm sure you love to hear Paul Cheong today even.
Oh, really?
Am I right?
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm sure they agree. So, are you going to do something for us?
Yeah. I got to sing.
You're going to sing?
This song I had to learn for many months. It's from my debut album, eponymous album, named Paul Cheong.
Yeah.
And I recorded this in Nathan Road, upstairs,
Hong Kong?
quiet, 11 p.m. at night, no traffic, just a backing track coming on, very dim lights, and the producer got everything done, the keyboards and the guitars and all that. And with the dim light at 11:05, I started singing the song, and there was so much coming out of me. It was so much coming out of me. At the end of that 20 minutes of recording this, I actually cried. I actually cried on the floor because I couldn't believe I made it through that one song. The song was called I Was Only Joking. And I'm going to sing it for you right now.
Ever since I was a kid at school, I messed around with all the rules. Apologized then, realized I'm not different after all. Me and the boys thought we had it sussed. Valentino's all of us. My dad said we look ridiculous, but boy, we broke some hearts. In and out of jobs, running free, waging war with society. Dumb blank faces stare back at me, but nothing ever changed. Promises made in the heat of the night, creeping home before it got too light. I wasted all that precious time and blamed it on the wine. I was only joking, my dear, looking for a way to hide my fears. What kind of fool was I? I could never win. Never found a compromise. Collected lovers like butterflies. Illusions on that grand first prize are slowly wearing thin. Susie, baby, tell you what you want to hear. I try to give you all you want, but giving love is not my strongest point. If that's the case, it's pointless going on. I'd rather be alone. Just what I'm doing must be wrong, pouring my heart out in a song, holding out for prosperity for the whole damn world to see. Quietly now, while I turn a page, Act 1 it's over without costume change. The principal would like to leave the stage. The crowd don't understand.
Thank you very much, guys.
Paul
Thank you.
Cheong.
Belinda Sunshine Yo. Thank you.
Well, you
I hope
got
you
it.
enjoy yourselves.
He wasn't joking after all. He still sounds as though he was only 21 years old. That's
Thank you.
Paul Cheong for you.
Thank you. Thank you very
Well,
much.
my dear friends, if you really enjoyed When We Were Young, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. And if you've got any comments, please write them down below. I want to hear from you. And so now on behalf of my good friend, Paul Cheong, this is Belinda Sunshine saying...
Goodbye. See you soon. God
Goodbye.
bless.